What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to look at the Life is Strange TV show. Now, this was making its round on the internet over the past couple days because it's kind of back, right? This was actually announced back in 2016. Now, I've seen the questions online, kind of the playful jabbing of like, raise your hand if you remember, that this TV show is happening. I will actually raise my hand. I did, as soon as this was shown, I 1000% remembered that this was happening, and it kind of just fell off the face of the earth for many years. So I did remember it. It's just then I personally forgot about it as it withered away into oblivion. Well, now it's back, and pretty much it's only back in the way that it has enlisted Grammy-nominated singer Shawn Mendes. I truly don't actually care about that part, but no, I mean it does. It does link obviously the music to the show. Music is such an important part of the games. I would argue specifically Life is Strange 1, which is in terms of the music. I talk a lot about how much I love the first game. Soundtrack, one of the best soundtracks I think ever created. Just kind of musical atmosphere is probably the best I think I've ever experienced in the game. I talk so much about just moments where you can sit on your bed as Max and play the guitar, and the camera will kind of switch different angles, and it'll literally just, you're just looking at the lighting, you're looking at the visuals, and you're just hearing the music. Or she'll sit down and she'll play the music. It's so powerful and it's so good. So what I will say is, if Shawn Mendes can help bring that tone overall to the show, yet again, I feel like they're doing it. And again, that's not the entire point of the, that's not the entire greatness of the music in the game, but to me, it's the biggest part. Obviously, then you have the actual soundtrack, which is mainly indie. It's a lot of indie stuff, which is really good. The music in the first Life is Strange game from, artists is absolutely fantastic. And again, if this can get us that in the show or something, kind of resembling it, I'm all for it. At the end of the day, I don't know what I thought about it back in 2016. I'm not in support of this. It really, and I actually think it's almost just staying true to what I always feel with games, movies, or I guess like movie adaptations of games, stuff like that. I don't think I'll ever root for them to happen. And then when they do happen, I guess I'm rooting for that. I guess in this situation of Life is Strange, I guess I'm rooting for it. You know what I mean? In terms of, I hope they do it well. I hope they don't embarrass themselves. You could argue the game has embarrassed itself ever since Life is Strange, or, I guess with Life is Strange 2. But that's kind of like the pedestal that I've stood on and have and will stand on for hopefully my entire life. I did it with like Uncharted. It's like I'm not violently, right? I'm not gonna like get my pitchfork and go out into the streets, but I am massively opposed to doing a movie or a TV show based off of a game, because especially, I guess, games that are good or games that I really like, because it's just, I don't think you'll ever do it better than it. You know what I mean? And I've always said that, right? The Uncharted movie or even this Life is Strange show, the best you're hoping for, I think the best that's realistically possible is to match the thing that you're basing it on. I don't think you would ever beat it. And I would even say it's simply for like the psychological reason that we've already experienced it. We've seen what it's like. So especially if you're doing like an adaptation of it, even like maybe the Witcher TV show, right? That's not really any of the games. It's taking certain elements and it may cross over to some events of the game, and obviously it kind of has, but it's not literally retelling, at least not yet, specifically the game. So I think if it's like an adaptation, but I feel like, especially the early talk with this show, is it would just do Life is Strange 1 over again. Then again, you go into I guess the scary thing. It's like, okay, well, now you have to cast Max and Chloe. Now you have to cast a Mr. Jefferson. You have to cast a Nathan Prescott. Are you going to go overboard with some of these things? Are you going to, I don't even know. I mean, it deals with a lot of issues, so I don't think I feel like that would actually kind of go well with television, because television and movies always try to politicize everything, always try to make these issues that maybe aren't there, whereas with this game, it's already there, so actually you'd be doing a pretty okay job at it. I honestly feel like, that may sound stupid or that may sound weird to some people. I actually think that maybe lines up and would be fine, the way that, it would end up playing out. But I don't know. I've never been in support of it. I don't think. Now, again, like when this was announced, only the first game had come out. Since then, Before the Storm and Life is Strange 2 and now True Colors, by the time the show's out, right, all of those games will have been out. So they have, they don't have to do Life is Strange 1. I would argue that maybe you should start there, right, because that was probably the best received. We don't know yet about True Colors, but I'm never gonna say that it's a good idea to do it, because I think you're always kind of playing from a position of weakness. I feel like, again, at best you can match it, and I've never seen that happen. And at worst, you're going to embarrass yourselves and really embarrass the franchise, because people are going to watch the show and be like, oh, that's the game? That's pathetic. And maybe you think that already of Life is Strange, and that's okay, but that's not what I want for anything. It's not what I want for that's why I've been so vocal about the Uncharted movie. People for the very first time are going to see this, right? Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, and if it's garbage, then you have people saying, oh, that's the... And I guess it doesn't matter what people that go see movies but don't actually play the games. I guess I truly don't care what they think, but you're still going to have that out there, and I just don't think it's necessary. It's also embarrassing for us, right? If we love Life is Strange, the game, and we watch the TV show, and it's like an insult to the fans, right? That's a big deal to me. Maybe it's not a big deal to everybody, but it's absolutely a big deal to me. So I'd say no, please don't do this. But at the same time, it seems like it's moving ahead, and we'll just have to see where it goes from here. So I'll keep my eye on it. If there's anything else that happens, casting and stuff, I'll be sure to cover it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.